Computer. I'm going to show you how to use Garageband on my laptop. I have the older version of Garageband. I'm sticking with this version because even the new versions, they have saved all of the old Garageband. It's called Classic. Loops and everything. So if you go into the new GarageBand, you can also just access all of the older GarageBand tools, loops, everything. So I'm going to show you my version of GarageBand. And right now you're looking at my screen. And over here on my left side, I have a dock. Some people have their dock on the bottom. Mine's on the left. And remember, I showed you the icon. It's a guitar, so I'll give you a minute to look for it. But it's right here. And when you scroll over it, it tells you the name. So I'm going to select GarageBand. I just clicked it once. It's going to open for me. I do a lot of recording. So I have a bunch of projects in here. We're going to make a new project. So I'm going to go to New Project up here at the top left, and I'm going to click it. Now remember when I gave you the first tutorial, I said you could pick loops. So we're just going to pick loops. So I need to hit that twice. I'm going to name this. I'm going to name this Garage Band tutorial song, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop, to this untitled folder where I have all my other stuff that I'm creating for you. And I'm going to leave the tempo down here. The signature is 4/4. That means there's 4 beats in a measure. I'm just going to leave that because that's pretty common. 120 BPM. That means 120 beats per minute. That's pretty quick. If you go to aerobics, that's the target beats per minute tempo that you're going to find things in. I'm going to leave it at 120. If you know you're doing a slow, floaty song, you could just go right in here and go, I'm going to try 90 beats per minute. Or 110 beats per minute. Or 70 beats per minute. I'm going to leave it at 120 beats per minute. I'm going to keep it in the key of C. None of that really matters for us. And I'm just going to hit Create. Voila. If I could get rid of this screen recording thing, I think that would be helpful. I'm going to try hitting the yellow button. And make sure it's still recording though. Still recording? Good. Okay. All right. So here is my GarageBand. This is my workspace. Now, I'm going to go to my loops. Make sure that it's on GarageBand. There. Now, over here in my tracks on the left, I have nothing. I will have stuff, but right now I have nothing. Over here I need to go into my loops. Here's my icon. It's a little loop. If I click that, it goes away. If I click it again, it comes back. So I'm going to choose to work with, let's go with jazz. I'm going to do a jazz song right now. Okay? And now I need to pick some instruments. Right here you can see all the loops that I have for jazz. I have a ton. Okay, I have a ton. I just want to hear a bass. I'm going to pick bass. Okay. I happen to like a lot of these basses, but I am going to choose something from the cool upright basses. But look, I have upright funk. And then if you go down, I have walking upright bass. I have all kinds. I'll just play a few so you can hear it. To hear what it sounds like, you just click it. There, that's a different one. I like him. I like Cool Upright Bass 14. I want to remember him. He's kind of boring. Let's listen to Upright Funk Bass. And walking. Ooh, I like him. Let's hear walking. That's cute. I'm going to choose number 4. So I drag him over. And look, GarageBand creates a track for me. It tells me what it is. It's an acoustic bass. Over here, I can control the volume. I can make it softer or I can make it louder. You want to keep it right around 0. Sometimes you need to turn them down because they're really loud. All right, and I'm going to reset that. I'm going to go to jazz. Actually, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to combine a jazz bass with a funky hip-hop beat. Okay, so here's all my beats. If I scroll down, I have hundreds, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Okay, so I'm going to try, let's listen to a club dance beat. Oh, that's cute. Now, I want to see what it sounds like with my upright bass. So down here, I have a little guy, and he looks like a arrow going into an arrow. That means loop, a different kind of loop. It just means repeat. It's a repeat button. It's looping it over and over and over. Play it, repeat it. Okay? So I'm going to press the play button, and then I'm going to hit the club dance beat and see how they sound together. It'll play it for me. Okay, they don't sound good, do they? They do not sound good because my upright bass is swinging and my club beat is not. So I actually am going to go listen to this club beat. Oh, I like him a lot. I'm just going to take him. I like him. Let's see what they sound like together. Okay, the problem is that my walking bass is swinging like in jazz time, and my club beat is very, very straight. So I'm going to double click on my upright bass, and I'm going to change him. I'm going to go in. See, this is my workspace. Now I can see, oh, those are all the notes. If I play him by himself, I'm going to silence my beats up here. I just hit the mute button. I'm going to play the acoustic bass by himself. You can see it as it plays. Now what I want to do is I want to select one of those notes. I'm going to copy them all. And I'm going to have them line up with eighth notes. Now it should sound better with my beats. Yep. Alright. Okay. Let's say I want to add... Let's add a synthesizer. Now, I want something grooving because my beats are grooving and they're cheerful. And I want something clean. Ooh, okay, let's see what I have. I love that. So I'm going to use him. I'm going to bring him in different spot. And I want to make him be longer because these guys are 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you think about the rhythm that I taught you, there's 1 duck, 2, 3, 4. Those are 4 ducks. Measure 2 has 4 ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 3 has 4 ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 4 has 4 ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 measures. I want my pop synthesizer to be 4 measures. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 measures for my pop synthesizer. And I'm going to continue my dance beat with that. Let's hear it. Okay, I essentially have 2 parts now. I have 2 pieces. I have a bass part and I have a synthesizer part. I want to see what the bass sounds like with synthesizer, so I'm going to do the whole thing. It's magic. Garageband, they're all designed to sound good together. So I took something from jazz and something from hip-hop or electronica, techno, whatever you want to call it, my beats, club music, and then I added a pop synthesizer over the top of it. Now I'm going to build a song. So I like to do an intro. So I'm going to start with my bass. I'm going to let him play for 4 measures, and then I'm going to have my club beat come in, and then I'm going to have my synthesizer come in. And I'm going to have them all play. Now, to make them all extend at the same time, I'm going to hit my shift button and select all 3 of them, and then I can drag them all. Okay? And let's say to end it, I'm going to let the synthesizer in first. Have these 2 go a little bit longer. And I'll fade them out. Okay, so here's my song. I'm going to get rid of my loops now. Okay, now down here you hear the click, click, click. That's the metronome. Make sure you turn him off. I don't want him to sound. I'm also going to find out where I can do a fade out. Okay, fade out. I'm going to hit fade out up in track. So if I go up to my top left where it says track, I hit fade out. GarageBand's going to fade that out for me. Here you go. All right. Now, my song's not very long, but there's a little arrow over here. I'm going to move him over so I don't have dead space at the end of my song. Now, the next thing I can do is I can record my voice. That's going to be the 3rd tutorial. I'll show you that next. But for right now, I've created a song. So you can get to work playing with those things. Now, over here in the loops, I'm going to hit my loops again. If you wanted to keep it much more simple, fine. Do a jazz bass. Pick one of those. With jazz drums, I'm going to pick a kit, pick one of those, and then I'm going to pick a jazz piano, and they'll all work together. I'll show you one of those real quick too, just so you can see a very simple one. So I'm going to save my GarageBand tutorial song, and I'm going to hit the red button and make a new project. GarageBand tutorial 2. Tutorial song 2. Yep, and it's going to my untitled folder, leaving all this the same. Actually, let's just make him a little slower. I can drag that ball down. Let's make him a little bit slower, like 96. All right, get rid of my little guy here. I forgot to pick loops, but that's okay. I can still do loops. I can get rid of this track by pushing Command Delete. I can go over to my loops. There's our dialog box. I'm going to pick jazz, and I'm going to pick my drums first. So let's see what these funky Latin drums are. I don't like them. I can already hear from these, they're too slow. Sometimes when the loops are too slow, they don't sound good. So I'm going to go over here to this little box that says Measures, and I'm going to hit the note, and I'm going to go to Project. I'm going to change my tempo to faster, because it didn't like that. I'm going to go to about 112. Now I'm going to listen to this drum and see if it sounds better. There it is. That's much better. If I want to go faster, let's try it even faster. 126. Oh, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to take that drum. I'm going to reset. I'm going to pick jazz, and I'm going to pick bass, and I'm going to do a walking bass. Nope, we already did that. Let's try the cool upright bass. I want to see if he sounds good. I'm going to hit my repeat looper, hit play, and hit this cool upright bass. Ooh, he is awfully nice. I like him. Okay. I'm going to add those two together. I like them so much, I might just keep them. But let's try a jazz vibes. Okay, let's see what they sound like. I don't think they're going to sound very good. Get my looper going, start it up, and hit that. No, that's far too busy. I don't like it. Reset, jazz. Let's try piano. I don't like him. Let's try number 1. Don't like him either. Okay, so I'm going to try jazz. Electric piano. He's kind of cute. Let's try that. Okay, so now I don't think it's going to sound very good with my bass. I'm not sure, but let's just listen and see. Ooh, I was wrong. I love that. Okay, I love them. All right, so here's my song. I will have it start with my drums. And then I'm going to have my bass come in. Then I'll have my piano, electric piano thing join them later. Hit shift, I can hit them both at the same time. Now hit shift and hit my electric. I can drag them all. And on this one, I'm going to go that far. And I'll just let GarageBand fade it out for me. So here's my song. Oh, turn off my metronome. That sounds awesome. I'm going to move it forward so you can hear the... Oh, it's almost at the end. It's going to start fading out here. Very cute. So that's the end of the GarageBand's second tutorial video, how to put your music together. I'll make one more and I'll show you how to do the vocals. Okay.